that you keep trying to find an answer for. You're looking for the resolution, trying to understand how do we just make this right? You already have the answer. It's just too hard to do, or maybe too uncomfortable. You're trying to find answers, you're trying to find solutions, but all the while, there's something that keeps coming to mind that you could do or that you could try, and you're not doing that thing. I'm going to let you know that's probably what you should be doing. There's a reason why that is what you think about as your solution, right? It just naturally comes to mind. And there's also a reason why you're not doing it. You may not be doing it because it's uncomfortable. You may not be doing it because you think it's weird, or yeah, that's not going to make that much of a difference. It doesn't really matter. So no, that's not the solution. We need a better solution. So you're not even trying whatever that like default thought was. You're not putting in the effort. You're not going to it because you're like, nah, 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 nah. That piece, that piece will work itself out. But I'm gonna find something else to do that will help. You can try to come up with other solutions, right? They may work temporarily, but for the long term, the thing that's going to be the answer is the one that's difficult. The one that you're trying to push aside or not even acknowledge is an answer. I'm going to give an example, right? Let's say you're in a relationship, right? And in this relationship, there were certain things that you were like, I don't know how I feel about that, but let's ride the wave, right? So you're riding the wave, and after a few months or a few years, you guys sit down and you have a conversation, and you say, these sort of things, they don't feel all that great, or I don't like when XYZ, right? And you guys have a conversation and you come to a resolution on what is going to change, right? What is going to be different. And I feel like in these circumstances, in the beginning, everybody is on board and implements the changes that were discussed. But it's not long lasting. It might be a few days, it might be a few weeks, it might even be a few months if you're really lucky. But eventually it dwindles away and dies off, right? If everybody is not 100% on board to make the changes that are necessary and go through those emotions and feelings when it's difficult and it's uncomfortable. And so then we we get back to where we were. We have a conversation again, right? And we have a conversation again and again. And while we are having these conversations, there are very specific consequences, right? That would happen. Like, I don't like when you do this. So if you do this, this is going to be my response. I would like to see changes. The types of changes I would like to see are blase, blase, blah, so on and so forth, right? But the reason why you guys keep needing to have a conversation about the same topic isn't just because the changes aren't being made, but it's also because you aren't sticking to your end of the conversation, whether that's following through with consequences, sticking to specific boundaries, whatever your portion of the conversation was that helps to remind your partner, these are things that I do not like. These are things that do not make me feel good. And these are things that are going to cause me to respond in a negative way or just withdraw from you or whatever it is. that person continues to do them, and you just let it go, right? You let it go, you let it go, you let it go. The tough decision that needs to be made, the answer of what we need to follow through with is you need to follow up on your end of the conversation, right? Instead, you're trying to think of other possibilities to have a better outcome of, oh, well, maybe if I help, right? When they're supposed to be making these changes, maybe something you guys agreed on was, oh, go to therapy, start talking to a therapist and maybe see if there are certain things within our communication that it's just not working, right? So you guys found a therapist. You made an appointment for therapy, you went to the first appointment. Then it's time for the next appointment, and oh, your partner picked up an extra shift. They can't go to that appointment. And so you reschedule the appointment. And oh, made plans. I completely forgot all about it. Oh, that's fine. You reschedule again. You are trying to be accommodating instead of following through with a specific action that is necessary to let it be known I'm serious about the changes I want to see. And you can continue to try to find a resolution. How are we going to schedule these therapy appointments and actually go to them? Or you can follow through on your boundary of, okay, we found therapists, we had appointments, we needed to schedule several appointments, and I'm always available when the appointments are scheduled, but you're the one that's not available, and you're the reason why we need to continue to reschedule them. And your partner might be like, oh, then just go to therapy without me. It's for both of us. It's on our communication. So that isn't even an answer. That's not an option. If you want to go to therapy on your own, that's cool. That's something you can decide to do. But if y'all agreed that the both of you would be in therapy to figure out communication, the both of you would actually need to be in therapy. Can you relate to this example? Or maybe you have an example that you would like to share, a situation that you're currently in and you'd like a little guidance. We're not talking about tit for tat. We're not talking about keeping score. We're not talking about, oh, you did that and I didn't like it, so now I'm going to do something because I know he's not going to like it. Those are not the types of relationships we're carrying on in 2026. I hope. So if there's something you would like to add, let's talk about it in the comments and we'll discuss it in a future video. Until next time.